Folks, we got some good news about the fourth stimulus checks. Here's what I want you to know. Breaking news. President Biden just announced that he supports making an exception to the Senate filibuster in order to pass the voting rights legislation. Now, about the stimulus payments, well, Chuck Schumer and other Senate Democrats are working to get rid of the filibuster in the Senate. This move by Congress, everybody, will allow the House and the Senate to pass more stimulus bills, easier and faster. So I definitely support this move by President Biden. Now, Joe Biden even told ABC News that if the only thing standing between getting voting rights passed and not getting passed is the filibuster, I support making an exception of voting rights for the filibuster. But in order to pass the bill, Democrats have to eliminate the filibuster either permanently or temporarily. Schumer has said that the Senate Democrats are discussing a filibuster change so that Republicans cannot block the voting bill. Republicans oppose the measure, calling it a power grab by Democrats, and changing the 60-vote threshold to a simple majority will require the support of all 50 Democrats. But so far, Manchin and Sinema are among the Democrats who oppose a change to the long-standing filibuster. And back in October, at CNN's town hall, Biden said that attempting to eliminate the filibuster would hamper his chances of passing his economic agenda. The stalled Congress has left Democrats turn to Biden to help promote party achievements, including the infrastructure bill that he negotiated, and which many party liberals bemoan for falling short on mass transit. There's a lot of conflict going on in Congress with the fourth, third, and fourth stimulus checks, and President Biden must do something about this. He must do a better job in sending out the stimulus checks and helping out the American people with more stimulus payments. It is definitely necessary. If President Biden can get the job done and send out more stimulus checks in time, it will definitely be good news. If you guys agree with me and believe that President Biden should send out the fourth stimulus checks in time, then tell me in the comments below. But the breaking news is about this. So far, Biden extended a pause on student loan payments until May. While gas prices have really increased, but they've begun to drop noticeably following the president's decision. Now, so far, Nancy Pelosi's office even said that President Biden and House Democrats are delivering durable economic growth, with also historic investments in infrastructure, a stronger supply chain, and American workers. Now ahead of the holiday season, families are seeing presents arrive on time. But Democrats have also turned to Biden to try to salvage a deal on the Build Back Better bill. Biden told reporters that he will continue to negotiate with Joe Manchin. Biden even said there's a possibility of getting the Build Back Better done, and Joe Manchin and I are going to get something done. Well, does President Biden keep his word on this? Will he keep his word on this, everybody? Will President Biden keep his promise and send out more stimulus checks in time for the American people? Or will he hold them back just like before? What do you think about President Biden so far and his work on the fourth stimulus payments? Folks, if you're one of the 36 million American families who got advanced child tax credit payments, just know this: the IRS is about to send you a letter. As soon as you get it, you need to hold on to it because you will need to file your taxes for 2021 and 2022. Now, this letter is just as important as any tax form. The letter is called the Letter 6419 in 2021 Advanced Child Tax Credit. Now, this is going to verify the amount you got in advance payments during 2021. It will also verify the number of children who qualify to determine these payouts. But in regular years, the child tax credit tends to be calculated every time that you file federal tax return, that is. However, there are three major child tax credit modifications only for 2021. This was part of the Crisis Relief American Rescue Plan that was made official to the public in March. One of the first modifications was that the credit was far more generous than previous ones. It provided parents with a $3,000 credit, which is $250 per month. That's for every child inside the household between ages 6 and 17. It also provided $3,600, which is $300 per month for every child under the age of 6. Now, the child tax credit is also fully refundable for 2021, which means you don't need to have any income to get it. The IRS has also instructions to pay out half the credit as an advance in monthly installments from the month of July all the way to December. Most taxpayers with children receive the payments automatically, but all payment amounts change depending on the taxpayer's recently processed tax returns and as well as other factors. You should also bear in mind that the advanced child tax credit payments you receive in 2021 are not considered income, meaning that the payments will not be taxed for anyone that is eligible. Thank you again for your support. Now, if you guys have any more questions about the fourth stimulus check, then leave them in the comments below. But until next time, have a great day, everybody, and be sure to stay safe.
Wildfires to making rural roads safer were included and signed into law. I also champion the inclusion of the Western Water Infrastructure and Wildfire Management provisions and improvements for Arizona's ports of entry that are now law. It was an honor to be part of the group of the bipartisan senators who crafted this legislation. This is a huge win for Arizona, and it's going to mean good paying jobs for our state. Another top priority of mine has been lowering costs for Arizona families. Just a few weeks ago, I helped negotiate a landmark deal that's going to lower the cost of prescription drugs, which I know is a major concern, especially for Arizona seniors. This agreement will drive down prescription drug prices, lower out-of-pocket costs for seniors, and prevent price gouging. And back in June, I led the passage of a $52 billion piece of legislation in the Senate to increase domestic microchip manufacturing, which is important because microchips are in everything from washing machines to phones to the most advanced fighter jets. Now, this is going to create thousands of good-paying jobs in our state, strengthen our national security, and reduce costs for Arizonans by addressing our supply chain challenges. When I took office a year ago, vaccines were just starting to become available. So I got right to work making sure our state had the resources that it needed to get us through this pandemic. And in March, I helped pass the American Rescue Plan, which put shots in arms and put direct relief into the pockets of Arizonans. I also championed the SBA Community Navigator program that will help Arizona small businesses in rural and tribal communities access relief. Along the way, I visited all 15 Arizona counties, traveled almost 10,000 miles across our state, and spoken directly with 85 Arizona mayors. In only 1 year, my constituent services team has also closed more than 4,000 cases for Arizonans who were needing help cutting through the federal government's red tape. And this returned over $10 million to Arizona taxpayers. All in all, I've introduced 21 bipartisan bills and amendments in the Senate over the past year. I also co-sponsored 169 pieces of bipartisan legislation. It's safe to say this has been a busy year, and I'm very grateful for the responsibility that you've placed in me to represent you and to get to work for Arizona. There's so much more that's still left to be done, but the bottom line is that I'm going to keep working as hard as I can to cut through the partisan politics and deliver results for the people of our state. So thanks for watching, and I hope you and your family have a wonderful